classic hits and today's biggest tunes. Six Towns Radio.
What a song to kick off the weekend. That was Madcom with Beggin'. And I'm joined in the studio by a guest this morning. I'm joined by Wes. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going?
Not too bad, Tar.
Yeah, good. Yeah. You look like you're full of energy this morning, which is great.
Okay.
So, awesome. So Wes is here this morning to talk about something that's run by the council. It's called Learn4work. So tell me a bit about what they do.
Okay, Learn4work is a work-based training provider based within the City Council, and we specialise in vocational education, so that's on-the-job training to most people within the city.
Awesome. So you yourself have come through the scheme, haven't you?
Yeah, I was an apprentice back in 2003, and I worked at a number of different leisure centres across the city, including Fenton Manor, Dimensions. And I worked my way through the system, and I've become a supervisor at Northwood Stadium. And then from there, I've moved back into the training side.
Great. So how many years roughly have you been involved with them?
It's about 8 years now altogether.
So
I've
quite
been
a while
teaching
then,
for
yeah.
It's been a while.
Great. So for people that don't really know much about sort of the education system as it is now, just tell me a little bit about what exactly vocational qualifications are. What sort of things do you study?
Okay, so we at Learn4work we specialise in sport predominantly, but we also have a massive uptake at the moment for business administration, which is office-based jobs, and they are varied across the City Council. Some private businesses will also have apprentices in sport and business administration, but we do have other programmes that we can tailor to meet the individual needs of anybody that walks through the door, aged between 16 and 19.
And you find this, this really helps young people often without much of a direction in where they want to go. Yeah,
we've helped many children or teenagers, should I say, across the city. Majority of staff at Fenton Manor Sports Complex have come through the same system as well, so it's quite big in terms of working within the sports sector. And now we're finding that a lot of business apprenticeships are taking up many of the jobs within the City Council as well.
Fantastic. So just I guess on a more personal level, just tell me about sort of, in your own opinions or your own experience, how much of a massive opportunity has this been for you personally?
It was great. I mean, I went to college in 2002 after leaving school, and I didn't really enjoy the classroom environment. It was something that really got me down, so to speak. I like to be more practical and hands-on with things, so I finished the year that I was doing at college, and I already had a part-time job at a leisure centre, and it was through the leisure centre that I heard about some of the programmes that I'm now teaching on. And then I started to go out into the community, start coaching football sessions, working in the leisure centres as a lifeguard, and from there it's just continued to as a snowball effect.
Yeah, so what kind of things do you teach then exactly?
I teach MVQs in sport, that's the programme that I'm currently working on, but I also teach maths and English as well. So through my current employment, I've now got a degree in maths, which I didn't think I'd ever get after leaving school. But
fantastic.
The hard work sort of paid off.
So how old are you now? Because you look quite young still.
Yeah, I'm only 26. I'm not 27 till next May, so it's good, and I like to give things back. And because I'm from some of the deprived wards within the city, I do see some of the children and some of the teenagers that they don't know what they want to do and they don't know where they want to go or who to go and see for advice and help. So I like to give a bit back and sort of help them get along.
Exactly. And just tell me a little bit about the sort of the learning environment. How exactly? Because I mean, a lot of people get kind of disoriented by the whole classroom environment and the sort of rigid, sort of do this work. Do you come back with the homework? How exactly do you teach your classes there?
Yeah, a lot of the time it is practical based. I'm not going to sit here and say we don't do any theory stuff because that's something that we have to do in order to get the qualifications. But we try and make the qualifications we do as practical as possible.
Yeah.
So every day of the week we do some practical activities, whether it be the kids coaching each other or whether it be us coaching the kids. So it's very practical. A lot of the stuff we do can be generated by just taking photographs, so we do try and minimise the amount of writing we have to do. We don't get a lot of homework, if any.
Yeah.
Unless it's something that we need to catch up with, or so if someone's been off, then we can catch some work up. But predominantly, we don't do a lot of homework at all. It's all done. while we're in training.
Great. So you've come through the scheme. You're now teaching classes there. So tell me, what would your advice for a young person who's maybe become a bit sort of disorientated from their courses at college? They've left high school. They haven't really got an idea of what they want to do. What would your advice be to them?
My advice is to contact any local training provider within the city. It doesn't have to be us, Learn4work. There's many others out there that specialise in different things. But if you do want any help, you can go to Facebook, and if you just type in Learn4work Stoke, you can find us on there. If you like the page, you can send us a message directly. You could call us on 01782 234435, and a member of staff will be happy to speak to you there as well.
Great, I'm impressed that you managed to memorise that number there as
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's a lot of time in the making, that is.
Yeah. Great, well, thank you very much for coming into the studio. I'm going to be talking to you again at some point in the future, I hope.
Yeah, you sure will.
Yeah, and just before you go, tell me about your moustache, because it looks to me from this angle like you're taking part in the Movember craze.
I am indeed, yeah. Every member of staff within the office, that's only the male staff, by the way, we're all taking part in Movember, so we're all sporting a moustache in very different sizes and shapes. And
nice. Well, it's coming on well. It looks good.
Okay, cheers. Thank you very much.
Great. Well, Wes, thank you very much for talking to me on Six Towns.
Okay, cheers. Thank you.
Six Towns Radio.